Hey guys, this is Dr. McFarland, and today we're going to look at Garageband and how to best master your music. Recently saw a guy in the forums on Facebook that he was having trouble getting the loud volume, from his car stereo after completing a mix. And basically what you want to do, and I'm going to go over some hard and fast rules here. Uh, that's going to help you pretty much in any DAW that you use. But in GarageBand, there's not tons and tons of options here. Some guys say, just use compression, just compress the heck out of it, and it's going to sound great. It's like, nah, well, you don't want to go that far. But definitely use a limiter. And what that's going to do is it's going to stop any peaks from getting past a certain threshold. Okay, so normally in Reaper, I would use a negative -0.1 setting on my limiter, and then just bring up the volume until my RMS level is about negative 14 dBFS. But I know in GarageBand, you really don't have those kind of meter readings. You're just getting this one little thing here that's showing you what the peak level is, but not really what the RMS level is. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, bring it into Reaper, and then show you, based on how high the level is right here, what that actually looks like on an RMS level reader. Okay, if I'm gonna bring my volume up so loud, then that should yield me a certain RMS level, which in turn will give me a nice balanced, loud mix that I can put in my car, still not have to crank it up very loud just to hear it. And it's going to sound great on your CD. It's going to sound great on all the streaming mediums like YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, all the stuff. So anyway, let me play this track a little bit, and let's see how loud we got it. So I do have let me turn the limiter off. The squeeze isn't really even doing anything at this point. So let's just turn everything off. I do have a little compression on the drums. Alright, so you can see right here we're going up anywhere in the 3/4 range. Okay, we got green, but when it starts getting loud, it goes to the yellow a little bit. You can see my compressor working there on the individual tracks. Let's go to the master track. They're just going to keep looping over and over and over. So let's turn on the squeeze, which is a compressor. And what you want to listen for is some pumping. Okay, I'm going to stop it real fast just to explain. So if you start bringing this up and you start hearing the sound, get that pumping kind of sound, you want to stop right there because you don't want the sound unnatural. Okay, we're just kind of lightly cutting off some transients on the top end there. So let me do that again. Let's go to the front. See, it is getting louder. And that doesn't sound bad. I'll start hearing some pumping there, so I'm just going to bring it back a little bit. Okay? Now, how about this compressor? So you can really see how much it's compressing. But once again, we don't want to do all that. We don't want to do tons of compression. We just want to lightly cut off some of the transients just to help smooth it out a little bit. Now, but what's really going to get your mix louder is using this limiter right here. So let's turn that on. See, already it's going up higher on the scale there. It's also getting into the red. So See how much in the red it is staying? That's not good. I'm going to show you in Reaper why that's not good. So let's go ahead and let's keep the limiter right there. I don't think this compression is doing a whole lot, so I'm just going to keep it right there. But let me bounce this down. Let's save it to the desktop. Alright, so we are going to do a WAV file. It's going to be uncompressed. Alright, so here's my Reaper session. So I'm going to take this file and just drag it in. Makes it really simple. And we can take a look at our wave here. We can see that nothing is really being clipped off the top. You know, because what you want to look at is the waveform. And if that transient is getting cut off, like it's a hard box, then the limiter is doing too much. You're squishing your mix way too much. So we're looking at this RMS level over here. Alright, so let me explain to you. So there's a metering standard called the K system. And what that means is you have a K20, K14, and K12. So basically the K is the RMS level of your audio. And if I have it on K20, then the 0 mark is going to be at the negative 20 mark. So if this is full 0 up here, you can go down 20 dB, and then that 20 dB is going to be the new 0 right 3/4 of the way up. So if I play it, so I'm way over that 20 dB level. Right, so I could add in and plug in here. Doesn't matter where it is. So here's the EQ. I'm going to bring down this level to where that mix is sitting at negative 20. Okay. Now, what's 20 minus 14 is 6. Okay, so you can see that I brought this down 6 dB, around 6 dB. There we go, it's right on 6 dB. So I had to bring that down to make that equal 20. You're going to have, some lows and some highs, but that's fine. You don't want it to be sitting right at 20 the whole time. Just, you want it to be able to be average, to sit around that area. Alright, but that's going to give you, it could be a little bit louder. Okay, so let's bring this up to 0 again. And now our goal is going to make this to be 14 dB display offset. See, we're showing the peak and the RMS level. Okay, so let's play it again. So you can see my peaks are going all the way up here. And it's getting very, very close to that 0 mark. Let me show you what happens when we start pushing the volume. Yeah, that's bad. So what is happening right there is the ceiling and the floor is getting closer and closer and closer together, and you're suffocating the mix at that point. Okay, you could hear it. It's getting very, very distorted. So we want to try and avoid that as much as you can. So when you hear people say, oh, compression, 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 just crank it up and, it's going to sound better. And it's like, no, don't do that. Don't compress your mix so much that it's just destroying all the life that it has in it. Okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you kind of my mastering chain, and I don't have to use all of this all the time. So we're going to bypass all these other plugins. I'm just going to show you the soft clipper limiter. And I use this because it has, an output brick wall. And you can set this anywhere from -3 dB to, you can raise it up to 1 dB. But I set mine at -0.1. So what that's going to do is any level that tries to reach over that threshold is going to get cut off. Let's play it again. Now this is already at -14, so it's sitting in a good area. If I wanted to bring it up a little bit more, we could. So it's getting close to that -1 area. You can even see it over here. So it's going up to that -0.1 and it's just cutting it off. It's stopping it hard. Bring it back down. So you can peak out anywhere from, just above -6. Okay, and this is a good view of what Garageband is doing. So if this is 0, let me go back to Garageband here. So if this is 0 way up here, okay, as long as your mix is peaking out around this area, so we play it. So it's peaking out around up here. It's even getting to the red though. I mean, you might not want to go all that way. Maybe just a touch. Just keep it all about right there. Okay, that should give you plenty of space to have a nice loud mix, but you're not crushing it. But yeah, that's the steps I go through to master my song. And I was showing you the actual RMS level in Reaper, just so that you would kind of get a sense of what to look for in GarageBand when you're trying to set your final level. I would just stay away from getting that master into the red. Keep it out of the red as little as possible. I think you should be pretty good. And go ahead and tell me how you guys work in GarageBand and get your mix to a loud level, but it's not overly crushed. So I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.